finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a trap meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. Part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. It's been a clinic out there by Jaylen Brown.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible. Really good judgment on the offensive end.
Irving at point with Brown to his side. There at the backcourt. Horford is out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. That's the Boston 76ers leading by 22.
You know, guys, when you think of Al Horford, he is the prototypical big for what the Boston Celtics hope to do. This guy is very switchable on the defensive end. He can also make 3-point shots at a high percentage, which is critical to the spacing they hope to achieve offensively.
Covington's shot is off.
Boy, a kickout's probably a better option when the defense is swarming around like that.
And slam dunk by Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum at 6'8" with authority. That's nice.
Tatum's gone 4 of 8 from the field. And for Horford, he's always been a plus defender throughout his career.
He has, Kevin, and I don't necessarily think that it translates to statistics. However, Al Horford is critical to what they do on the defensive end.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Saric passes to Redick. A 3-pointer is right on target. Redick's got 7 points.
Boy, you know, a lack of effort defensively, and he gets a very good look from deep.
Horford dishes to Irving. Tatum against Saric. Horford gets the bucket. Horford's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Great play calling, great execution, leads to 4 for 4 to start this half.
Brown against Redick. He kicks it to Simmons, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Timeout.
He has 6.
From Simmons, a total genius at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Doris, when you talk about coaching, aside from wins and losses, how can you gauge if a coach is doing a good job?
Well, you make a great point, Kevin, because if an organization is in a rebuild situation, then winning is almost impossible because you're outgunned and outmanned every single night. So to evaluate those coaches, here are the things I would look at. 1, are you maximizing the talent at your disposal? Are your player development skills at such a degree that you're seeing incremental improvement from the guys on your roster? And then ultimately, Kevin, are guys playing hard? Are they competitive every night? Even if the wins don't necessarily show in the box score and at the end of the, the regular season, the reality is, are you playing hard? Are you competitive?
Hayward comes with the double team. Back to Embiid. Just 5 to shoot, and stolen by Horford. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way.
Well, how about Jaylen Brown in transition, a phenomenal finisher in the open floor.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Embiid. Coming off a terrific season. He was around 23 points a game last year, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. And with his ability to put the ball in the bucket, he has to be your primary focus defensively.
I think defenses plan to stop him, but very few succeed, Greg. And that's why he's his team's leading scorer.
The rebound by Johnson.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Boy, what a storybook season for the Boston Celtics as they enter the championship conversation. The Celtics taking the Cavs to 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals before ending in heartbreak. And to do it with one of the youngest rosters in the league, look out below, everybody.
Fultz is checked in for the 76ers. T.J. McConnell comes in for Johnson. And when we're talking about the Celtics young roster doors, we're talking 19, 20-year-olds playing major minutes.
Well, think about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and the accelerated growth from a season ago because of the important roles they had to play. Same thing with Terry Rozier. The remarkable piece was their ability to keep improving as the year wore on. One of the more amazing things we've seen.
For the three, Chandler. The rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Hayward kicks to Brown. Over Fultz. Misses off the right eye.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
Here's Simmons. Out to Chandler. The 76ers with another miss. Celtics trail by 20. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And stolen by Simmons. Leading the wow.
Wow.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Hammock, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time.
Amazing individual performance, but you'd like to see more guys start to get involved. I don't know if he can do it alone.
The 76ers leading by 20. Embiid the screen. Floats one, and Simmons with the lay-in. Simmons got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, in the second half, just hitting a much higher percentage of his shots. Really looks composed now.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
Irving for 3. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Irving's got 5 points so far.
No defense right there for that shot from Irving. Released so quick, especially off the pass.
Now, here's Fultz. He's covered by Brown. Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. Shoots over Brown. They get it again. A nice shot by Embiid.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
I'll tell you, Greg, there's no let-up in how they play. They want to dominate every aspect, and that includes second chance points. Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter. His feel a little bit.
He used that pick to perfection. 6 points for him.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Boston's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Brown the pass to Irving. Back to Brown. And the 3 off target. And so it's Philadelphia riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And the Celtics shooting 43% from the floor. Taking a look at the 76ers. Redick and Covington, the shooters on the wing. Charges the 4 with Embiid in the middle. And it's Simmons in at the 1 spot.
The concentration by the 6'10" Simmons. Ridiculously good at completing these chances despite the D's best effort.
You know, a skill that doesn't show up in the box score, the drawing charge calls. In your opinion, there are, I'm sure, a lot that you think are the best at it.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, sometimes this comes at a cost physically that you have to be willing to absorb. I've seen Marcus Smart take a charge from LeBron James. That's 6'8", 250-plus pounds coming at you full speed. Kemba Walker, Draymond Green. But, Kevin, you know this. When you draw a charge, you have essentially given yourself an extra possession, and you've put the opponent at a detriment because it's a foul against that player who's committed it.
Means a lot. Morris kicks to Rozier. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Simmons. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terry Rozier. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Philadelphia shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Outside, Smart. Celtics passing it around. Lets the 3 fly. Doesn't go that time. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Here's Korkmaz. Nails the open triple off the fast break.
Timely passing leads to assists and for success.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Smart passes to Ojale. Smart kicks to Ojale. In the corner, it's Morris. And no good. The try spell continuing for him.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Rozier with the ball. Here's the screen. No good off the front eye.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
Smart goes in. Pass to Tice. Ojale kicks to Morris. Boston, no good that time either. For Philadelphia, they've gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. To the inside, Johnson, and then Johnson with the jam.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
But it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Some reports claim, Doris, that basketball is the fastest growing team sport. Do you think it has a chance to overtake football as the most popular sport in the U.S.?
Well, listen, anybody who is covering and carrying the games of the NBA is thrilled right now. The ratings for the NBA are off the charts. It increases in popularity every year. But let's remember the foundational sport in the United States of America is football. And the ratings for football, the NFL in particular, still dwarf the NBA. But the reality is there are challenges that the NFL faces. What those challenges have on the long-term business success in terms of, the concussions and the long-term implications, we don't yet know, Kevin. And if we could all fast forward 10 to 15 years into the future, it'll be fascinating to look back and say, wow, this was a seminal moment for both sports.
Great perspective. Smith against Brown. Clock at 4. It's stolen by Brown. And Tatum with a clear path to the hoop. And slam dunk by Tatum.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Shamet covered by Irving. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
He misses the free throw. Some changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Muscala. Chandler comes in for Korkmaz. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Smith.
How about Brown took as a second-year player in the NBA? He improves across the board and becomes a mainstay of their rotation. And there's so much to like about his future, guys.
I love the three-point shooting of Irving. Excellent at dialing it in from deep, and you've got to respect his range. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Horford sets a screen for Irving. No good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
There's the pass to Chandler. Kicks it to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Shamet loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the 76ers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Ben Simmons.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
To the paint, and the dunk by Embiid.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Hooked away. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Pass to McConnell. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And that one drops for him.
And all the energy has been sucked out of this arena. This is not what the fans came to see.
Well, they took the crowd completely out of this game, and when you get a lead like that, it's sort of deflating for the home crowd. What a solid victory on the road.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldrich, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.